What's up, guys? Grady here at Grady's Gear, and I have a really cool knife to share with you guys today. This is the Quiet Carry Drift. Now, I kind of feel like I've had this knife forever now because you guys seen on my massive mail time video that I did, I unboxed this. But I just recently got this back about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago from Quiet Carry for some warranty work, which I'm going to explain to you later on in this video. But I've got it back and I'm ready for my full review of this bad boy. Guys, this is becoming my favorite knife in my EDC knife rotation for a lot of reasons. It clicks a lot of boxes for me and we're about to get into it. So let's start off with the overall design and the construction on this blade. And then I'm going to talk about the blade steel, which I've mentioned before in my videos. I'm not a blade steel snob, but that was the main selling point for me for this purchase was the blade steel, because it is a very exotic blade steel that is freaking awesome. So let's start off with the overall design. It has a plain drop point blade, very utilitarian on here. Full titanium handles on here that are heavily milled on the inside. It has the marine grade stainless steel hardware and true deep carry pocket clip. It goes all the way to the butt of the knife, which I'm a huge fan of. And it is a small wire pocket clip. I love the smaller clips on here. Like with any Quiet Carry knife that you do get, they're known for their design element right here, which is the 4 dots. This particular version that I got right here has a stone-washed titanium handle and stone-washed blade on here. And the blade steel on this guy is Vanex Super Clean Steel, which let's go ahead and just talk about the blade steel real quick. Vanex Super Clean is a virtually rust-proof steel, which is a big thing for me living in Florida, and the temperatures are rising, and it is about to be hotter than holy shit here and very humid. So this knife for me was very appealing for summer carry. The thing with Vanex, it's comparable to steels like you've seen in Spyderco's, like H1 or LC200N, and they use those for their blade steels. But when you get into a highly corrosion blade steel, you are sacrificing edge retention with that. You know, most people know that when they go into it, that they're getting a very corrosion resistant steel that they can take on the boat when they're fishing, out to the pool, or whatever, and get it wet, and it's going to be fine. But they're sacrificing some edge retention with that, which means that they're going to have to sharpen it a little bit more than they might want to or like to. With this, that's not the case, because Vanex has that same corrosion resistance, but it has virtually the same edge retention, at least from what I've heard, as M390 steel, which is my current favorite steel for EDC. So that means I'm not going to have to touch this thing up as much. It's going to hold that edge for a very long time while still maintaining that very, very high corrosion resistance. It actually has LC200N as the steel liner in here, and it actually says it, but I don't think you're going to be able to see it. Nah, you're not going to be able to see that. But it is LC200N steel that they're using on the liners, which keeps even the liners highly corrosion resistant. And like I mentioned before, the hardware is marine grade stainless steel, the stuff they use on boats and stuff like that. Very highly corrosion resistance. I'm going to be comparing this knife a lot to a fan favorite in the EDC community, the Benchmade Bug Out. Now, as you can see, the Bug Out is a little bit larger. Let's get another size comparison in here. Another lightweight knife that is a staple in the community, Para 3 lightweight, is a little bit more comparable, just about the same size as the Para 3 lightweight. The overall length on this guy is coming in at just under 7 inches, guys. And I believe like a 2.9 something inch blade on here. But I'm going to be comparing it a lot to the Bug Out. Look how thin the Bug Out is. That's the big selling point for a lot of people in the EDC community, is how thin and slicey this blade is, and how easy it is to carry because the overall profile is so thin. Well, look how thin the blade is on the Drift. Very, very thin very slicey blade on here. And guys, I've carried this in basketball shorts, just like I have with my bug out, and it carries actually a little bit better. The overall weight on this guy, I believe, is just over 2 ounces, and the overall weight on the bug out is like 1.9 ounces. Very, very similar. I don't notice the weight difference. If I'm holding these two and I close my eyes, I really have a hard time telling which one weighs more. This one just feels more solid in my hand because of the titanium construction. But look at the handle thickness on this, guys. Super thin, super lightweight. This is in the running for my knife of the year for 2021. Price on this guy, $300. Quiet Carry as a company is a smaller knife company. They're not like Benchmade and Spyderco where they have thousands of blades and stuff like that. So the price on this guy is high because of the materials used, and especially that VanX Super Clean blade steel is not the easiest to get from everything I've read. So it will jack that price up, but is it worth it? In my opinion, yes, it is. It is actually running on phosphor bronze washers, I believe, and not bearings, which is fine because of this is designed after their Element series. So this thing is meant to be used at the beach, anywhere, snow, rain, any element that is where you want to take this with you, right? So I think for that aspect, bearings may not be the best choice. I think where they went with the washers is completely adequate for this knife and how it was designed. So I also like the fact the detent on this blade is absolutely money. I can Spidey flick it, no problem, with the thumb studs. It wants to drop down. It's not a drop shutty blade on here, but I mean, look at that. I can Spidey flick it, watch this. It drops down, and I can close it just like that. So you do have to shake shut it, but it is super fidget friendly. This choil right here, I mean, that is just money right here, guys. Super comfortable. The only complaint I have, the jipping right here is pretty much useless. It doesn't really provide me any traction. I almost wish that it wasn't there. But I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, I can feel it, but it's not grippy by any means. At least for me, it's not. Did a couple paper cut tests. I've cut with this knife. Extremely slicey, a lot of fun. The first run that they did of this actually came with the holes instead of the thumb studs, and then they switched to thumb studs recently. And I think that's what they're going with from now on. Now that I have this, I was worried about the thumb studs because I do prefer holes to studs for being able to Spidey flick. But now that I know that I can Spidey flick this blade with the thumb studs, I'm totally fine with that. Overall, this knife is a grand slam for me. Very minimum construction right here. I mean, you got a spot for lanyard guys. You do have a spot where you can slip a lanyard in there. Just a really well-built knife. A very user knife. This isn't... Aesthetically, it's pleasing. It's very nice-looking blade on here. It's very good. I like the materials and everything like that. But it's a very usable blade. This knife was meant to be used and carried and loved, and that's why I got it. And not to mention that blade steel again, that's just awesome. They pretty much put together a waterproof knife. So, I mean, I use stuff like EDCI on my blades all the time. I know that I really don't have to with this one. So that's awesome that I don't have to think about it. I really don't have to maintain this knife as much as I do my other blades. So that's really awesome. Another cool feature that I like is that all the Torx hardware is on the back, and on the show side, it's very clean, very, looks great on here. I really do like that. So my overall thoughts on this blade is it's just freaking fantastic. If you can get over the price, I would highly recommend this knife. If you live in a very hot and humid environment, I would recommend this knife. If you're just a blade steel nerd and you love trying out different blade steels, I would highly recommend this knife. Now, a couple of my buddies like Kyle and Kevin and Jake over at Beater Gear have tried the Waypoint or have owned the Waypoint, and they all say they like this better. And I'd have to agree with them. The Waypoint isn't as drop shutty as this is. And the ergonomics on this is fantastic. Ergonomics on the Waypoint, I don't have one, but I've seen it's got kind of a neutral handle on there. I like the curvature to this. It just fits the hand very well. I have large size hands, guys, and I get a full 4-finger grip. And this, when I saw this finger control, it kind of reminded me of the Spyderco Native 5 Lightweight, where if I were to choke up on the Spyderco Native 5 Lightweight, this is perfect and this is just okay. With this knife, this is freaking good. I mean, great. And this is just perfect. So either grip you're in, you're locked in. It's very comfortable in either way. It doesn't matter. That's a big thing for me. So overall, absolutely love this blade. I'm about to get into Quiet Carry as a company and talk to you guys about some warranty information and stuff like that, and things that you're going to run into when you buy a knife at this price point from a smaller knife brand. I think that's important for you guys to know, especially if you're thinking about buying this. I want you to know everything before you make your decision. And that's not a knock at Quiet Carry or anything. I think they're a fantastic company. I will continue to buy products from them, but I want to give you guys my honest review as them as a company and on their products. So let's talk about the company real quick. Put this down. Okay, so I got this knife back from warranty. I did have an issue. At the spine of the blade over here, it was like right there where my fingers rubbing. It looked like there was a chip in the blade, and I couldn't tell if it was just the way the light was hitting it. I only had the knife for like 2 days. I really had it for a week, but it was in the package because I was saving it for that mail time video. But I realized that about 2 days in, I'd only carried it twice and did a paper cut test on it. So I reached out to Quiet Carry, and I wanted to see if they could take a look at it because I'm like, am I crazy or is that a chip? I just wasn't sure, and I wanted them to take a look at it. And they told me to take a look at their warranty and stuff like that, which I did. And I emailed them because that's what it said to do in the warranty. It does take 24 to 48 hours for them to get back to you. They are a small company, so they got back with me about 2 days later, and they were great. Great customer service from them. I spoke with a guy named Bryce. He was very nice to me. Awesome dude. They even sent out they emailed me the label to print out. They paid for that. They paid for the shipping to them, and they shipped it back to me. And it was actually, it was just a stonewash on the spine. That was the issue, and he buffed that out for me so I wouldn't see it no more. He said, when he emailed me, he said, I see exactly what you're talking about, and that will throw you off. And he got in there with a microscope and was like, yep, that's just from the stonewash hitting the light. So he buffed that out for me. I don't have that issue no more. And just great overall customer service from them. Great overall customer service from Bryce. But when I was looking at their warranty, what does it cover and all that kind of stuff, when you're buying a more expensive knife from a company that's smaller like that, that's where warranties can come into play. They can be kind of wishy-washy, and there were some concerns that I personally had with the warranty. For instance, stuff like if you were to snag your pocket clip on your steering wheel or something like that, warranty doesn't cover that. Is it a big deal? No. But does that mean I'm going to have to pay for a new pocket clip, or are you going to send me another one? It was kind of vague. I don't know. No big deal. The other thing that I saw, which was a big thing specifically for these types of knives, if you take it apart, it voids the warranty. That is kind of a bummer for this because this knife is designed to go in any element, and the type of person that would be buying this blade, I assume, would be at the beach a lot and stuff like that, and you might get sand in the pivot, and you might just have to take it apart just to clean that sand out of there. But if you ever were to send it in for warranty work, it voids the warranty. So that was kind of a downfall. There was another thing on there saying weather damage. The warranty doesn't cover weather damage. Now, I'm not sure what exactly that means. But for me, when I see this knife and how it's marketed as a knife to go in any element, it's like, okay, I take it in any element, but if something goes wrong, warranty doesn't cover that. What exactly counts as weather damage? Now, I don't know if that means if somehow you manage to get the blade to rust, then it's not covered. I can understand that. But I just wish it was a little bit more detailed. It was kind of vague too. So I think the biggest issue was that I couldn't take it apart. And it states on there that if anybody who is not employed by Quiet Carry takes it apart, it voids the warranty. And I can attest to that because the guy did email me and he was like, yes, I see that you used the blade on there. And I only used it once. I did a paper cut test and that was it. And he said he could see microchipping on there. So just be aware of that before you make a purchase, guys. Be aware of the warranty on any knife that you buy. And especially at this price point, you might want to do your homework before you buy. Just know that if you take it apart, it does void the warranty on here. To me, that kind of sucks. I just, if it wasn't marketed the way that it is, it wouldn't bother me as much. But that is a negative for me. That's not taking anything away from the knife because I think the knife is absolutely fantastic. That's not taking anything away from Quiet Carry because I think they're an awesome company. But that is my overall opinion. I mean, that's just what it is, guys. It's an opinion. It's my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Try not to get, upset with me or something like that. They have a great reputation online, so I will continue to buy from them. But I just want you to be aware of that with their warranty on there. Because then you might get frustrated. What happens if you do get sand in there? Does that mean I have to send it into you to take it apart to get the sand out? To me, that's just kind of, And then some people don't care. They'll take it apart anyways and don't care if they void the warranty. So, I mean, you do you. But I just want you to be aware of all of that before you make your purchase. So, overall, guys, fantastic knife from Quiet Carry. Amazingly built and definitely in the run for Knife of the Year 2021 for me. Again, just fantastic. I've been carrying this a lot, and it's just one of those knives that is so easy to carry. This would make a great secondary blade too. So, but that's it for this one, guys. This is my review of the Quiet Carry Drift. I hope you like this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.